Hey, good Thursday evening, everybody. Red Sox collector Dan McGraw here. Uh, got a massive mail day video. Mail week, I guess I could say. It's been a couple days worth of mail. I've had two big mail days and one small mail day, and it's turned into one gigantic mail day. So I'm super excited about a lot of the pickups here. I just moved a bunch of stuff here. I'm going to show off what I've gotten. First thing I want to talk about, though, is I was just tuning into the MLB network. I try to, I haven't really kept up with free agents and trades and things like that this offseason. I've heard about the big ones, the Padres swinging the two deals for Blake Snell and Yu Darvish, and then the Mets picking up Lindor from the Indians. It seems like free agency's been moving really slow this year. Of course, everybody's waiting for Trevor Bauer to sign, and my Red Sox haven't done anything. A minor signing here and there of guys that, you know, on paper don't look like much. You never know. That's why we play the game. You never know what's going to happen. But they've been dangling Benintendi out there. Supposedly, Heim Bloom's got four teams interested. I'd be curious to see what teams are offering for Benintendi. Don't know how I feel about that. He's still young. I think he's still got potential. And he's coming off some really down times. So I don't think now's a good time to trade him if you're looking to move him. But that's just my opinion. But anyway, I turned it on, and the first thing that I saw was a picture of a 1952 Topps Mantle card, a PSA 9. And they went on to talk about how the card sold, and I don't know if it was yesterday or today, for either 5.2 or 5.3 million dollars. That is just absolutely crazy. That card just continues to just skyrocket in value. Probably one of the cards from Alan Rosen, the late Mr. Mint, his big 1952 Topps find, where he found that basically a cases of 52 Topps high numbers that he purchased years ago. It's probably from that find. I don't know for sure. I don't know if anybody knows for sure, but 5.2 or 5.3 million for a baseball card. That is absolutely crazy. That's what the hobby has become. It's become an investment. People are once again building their portfolios around sports cards and memorabilia, and it's just crazy to see the prices that are being realized for big ticket, high end items. That's just crazy. I can't even imagine. Now, I spend a lot of money on my Red Sox collection. Never in my lifetime will I even come close to spending that kind of money. Nowhere even close for everything in my collection, never mind one thing. And if somebody said to me today, would you trade your entire Red Sox collection for that 52 Topps Mantle and then put it in a safe and, see what happens in another year or two or 5 or 10? I'd be crazy to say no. I could give my family and my daughter's family security for a couple of generations if you do it right and you invest wisely. But I don't know. That'd be a tough decision. I'd love to hear what other people think about that. If somebody offered you that 52 Mantle for everything in your collection, would you do it? It's an interesting question. It's kind of just sprung to the top of my head, so I would love to hear comments on that and some feedback on that. So without any further ado, I'm going to get to my mail day pickups. As usual, it's a very eclectic, wide mix of stuff. I'm going to go in no random order. No random order. That makes no sense. In kind of random order here. First stack of cards, another order from Burbank Sports Cards. Just flip through it real quick. It's a lot of inserts and parallels from 2019 and 2017 and some 2014 stuff in here. This is pretty much all inserts and parallels. This was part of their, I believe it was a 20% off deal that they were running. So I was able to pick up about 15 or 20 cards for free, essentially. And that will be a big want list hit. I now have probably about 150 cards stacked up there that I need to get off my want lists and into my binders. So another nice pickup from them. And then just some plain white envelope stuff that came in the last 2 days. This is actually, I'm going to save that one because I've got a bunch of stuff of him, and I have a viewer who I know will be interested. This is helping my vintage collection a little bit, a 1952 Bowman Gus Niaros. This is one of the 3 or 4 cards I need from my 52 Bowman top Bowman Red Sox team set. Really nice condition. I was surprised that he advertised it as like a good, very good. There's no creasing or anything, no marking on the back. It's in solid condition. I'm very happy with it. It's probably as good a condition as any other card that I have in that team set. This card right here is 1966 Topps George Smith. This is a high number card, one that I've missed out on many times. Cards like this tend to hover in the $2-3 range until the last few seconds, and then they jump to $7, $8, $9 a card. And the same thing happened this time. I was a little more aggressive. I think I ended up paying about $7 for this card, but it's pretty sharp. The centering is off a little wear on the corners, but overall a nice example of a tough 66 high number. And other than league leader cards now, I have the Topps 66 team set because of this card. So been wanting for that one for a while. Finally was able to kind of really buckle down and get it. The next plain white envelope deal. This is something, cards I hadn't seen advertised very often, and I know that 10, 15 years ago when I was collecting Dave Winfield cards, actually it's longer than that, it's closer to 20 years now, when I was collecting Dave Winfield cards, his card from the set was extremely expensive, as were all the other cards, and you just didn't see them, and now they start to pop up a little more. This is actually, looks like a 1988 Topps card. It's of the late John Marzano, but what it actually is, it's a blank back, and it's hard to see because of the lighting here, but you can see kind of the ridges on the ruffles, I like to call them, in there. It's actually one of the test cloth card issues. Now, I think they made the entire set with this. I've seen a couple other Red Sox cards. This one was $5 and free shipping. So I wanted to get one of these so I'd have one in my collection. I did not have any previous. There are a couple other cards that are on eBay right now. It's nothing fancy, but it's definitely a cool test issue, and they're very hard to find. So, a 1988 Topps cloth John Marzano. And that was it for plain white envelopes today. Now I'll bounce over to a new autographed baseball that I picked up, and this is another late 80s, early 90s Red Sox pitcher. This one they picked up in a trade for the Brady Anderson trade, which for a long time looked like a bad trade, but Brady Anderson had one really good year where he hit 52 home runs, and then he really didn't do a whole lot other than that. So this is a beautiful ball. It's a Mike Boddicker, number 52. Very nice signature. The ball is snow white. It's on an official Major League ball. So Mike Boddicker, and this one was pretty cheap. I've seen other Boddicker balls come and go. Not as nice as this one though, so I'm very happy with the condition of that ball. I need to get a cube for it, and I'm now really rapidly approaching 200 different single-side baseballs. So I will be tracking that. I do have another one in the mail coming, a older player coming. That's going to put me even closer, so we'll see where I'm at with that. Next item, this is something a little different. This is actually made by Photo Ball, the company that makes photo balls, FOTO Ball, and it's actually called Photo Sweats, and it's a Roger Clemens, I believe they're wristbands, and they're actually, if you look at that, it says Photo Ball, and these are made in 1991. You don't see these very often. It's still in the original packaging. The packaging is in really good condition. The top is cracked, unfortunately. It would still hang because it's pretty much still together. There's no pieces missing. But just something cool. I love this kind of stuff. For $4 or $5, shipping included, it was totally worth it to me. Let's see if Clemens gets some love this year on the Hall of Fame balloting. I think every year he's getting a little bit closer, and we'll see. He's tried to turn his image around a little bit, especially with the Red Sox. He's done a lot of PR with the Red Sox and things, so we'll see. We'll see if that pans out for him. Next item I'm going to show, a couple of new pin sets that I picked up. These were from the same seller. One of them disappointed in how it showed up, but it is what it is. This is a small 3-pin set from 2004. World Series, has the World Series logo with the crossing bats, Red Sox Cardinals, and it has the trophy, and then of course has the infamous ghost, which says the curse is reversed with the 1918 on top. So this is a set I did not have. And then this is from the 2007, and this one is numbered to 5,000, and unfortunately it came with a big giant crack in the case. Really disappointed in that. But the pins are in great condition. The information's still on the bottom, very clean back. The item is in good condition other than that. I didn't pay a lot for these, so I will possibly look to upgrade that set down the road. I don't know that I could find another case of that size to replace it. I would imagine it's custom made for the set. So I'll keep my eyes open and see what I can find down the road. But these came from the same seller. Got a good price on them, and he was an excellent communicator. He was out of town the weekend that I purchased them, and he immediately, after I paid, said, I'm sorry, these aren't going to get mailed out for a couple days, but I will let you know. And he, great communicator, just that. And he wrapped them well, too. I think maybe something got dropped on top of it, maybe something heavy. And so I was a little bummed when I saw that, but it is what it is, so I'll get over it. All right, where are we going here from here? Next item, we're going to move into, stay with the memorabilia for a minute, and I got another nice, beautiful stein. I love these things. I've picked up 2 of these in the last couple months, and this is my 3rd. This is a Fenway Park one. This one's a little bit smaller than the ones I've been getting. Of course, a beautiful image of Fenway Park. I have a plate that's very similar to this, and it could be somehow, coordinated with it or linked with it. As the National American League, and then the Red Sox pennant with the bunting, and then has some facts about Fenway Park on the back of it. If it's been used, it's been washed and cleaned very well. The top is very functional. No chips or cracks or anything. Beautiful. It's probably about 9 inches tall, 8 or 9 inches tall. So another beautiful addition to my stein collection. I'm running out of room for these things. I gotta have to do some rearranging here pretty soon. All right, so that appears to be it for memorabilia. Now let's get into some cool cards. I got some autographs, some relics, and a couple of ridiculous vintage cards for my collection that I'm super excited about. So let's get into let's talk about this relic card that I got, and this one took about a month to get here. It's I think it's 2017. No, 2019 Allen and Ginter David Ortiz framed mini jersey card. It was very inexpensive. It cost me about $250 total shipped. Seller sent it in wasn't a plain white envelope. It came in he basically put it in a bubble mailer and just like folded it up and made it very small, and it didn't have tracking, so I was never able to track the item. But about a month ago I bought this, so I'm just glad I got it. If there's plenty of these out there. If I would have missed out, if it wouldn't have gotten here, I could have got my money back and found another one down the road. So no big deal, but a nice addition to my relic collection. This card right here is not a relic, kind of got buried. It's 2002 Fleer, and what set is this? This is Fall Classic, and it's got the gold logo, and it's Mr. Babe Ruth, speaking of Babe Ruth, and the Red Sox uniform. And it is numbered 15 of 50 on the back, if you can see that. Beautiful card. It's a gold foil logo type version. Love finding Babe Ruth cards in my Red Sox collection. Added a few lately. So a very nice pickup. And that was cheap. That was 99 cents. It probably books for 15 or 20, I bet. Again, books. But, I don't think you could find another one for 99 cents anytime soon. Now I've got a couple of autographs that I got together. This was a buy it now or best offer deal. And if you watched one of my previous videos, I picked up a bunch of cards from ComC, a bunch of autograph cards from ComC. Mostly a lot of them being the 2012 SP Signature. The Red Sox have about 36 cards in that set, and I've been trying to pick up cards from the set when I can. And I wanted to get the Dustin Pedroia, so I found somebody who had a combo lot, and this is the Dustin Pedroia. Again, these cards are kind of boring, but it's the type of set. Some of the lesser known players are kind of hard to find, so I'm still working on it. But Pedroia being a bigger name in the set, I picked that up, and then the seller also had this card with it. Now this is not part of the regular team set, but it is from the same set. It is a triple signed card with Ian Kinsler, Pedroia's in the middle there, and then Ben Zobrist on the bottom, and it's numbered to 25. Of course, Ian Kinsler played a half season with the Red Sox and was part of that 18 championship team. So it's kind of cool to have 2 different Red Sox on this card. Ben Zobrist, of course, played for Tampa and the Cubs, never with the Red Sox. But this card was included with that, and I got it basically for the price of what this card is worth. I basically got the regular Pedroia card for free. I made an offer. He made a counter, and I took his counter because it was reasonable, and I really wanted the two cards, so made that move. Next cards I'm going to show. Actually, just been on a kick. I just happened to be finding cards of this guy lately, and one of my biggest YouTube supporters, John, Wade Boggs fan. You'll appreciate these, so a shout out to you, John. This is actually just a schedule that I picked up. It was 1984 Red Sox schedule with Boggs on the cover. I don't know if you have this one, John, or not. This was 99 cents free shipping. I do have a whole binder full of schedules, but never really pursue these. If I do, I usually buy lots of them to try to build up a collection before I really start gunning for individual ones. So a cool looking schedule, Boggs and his classic follow through, 1984 Red Sox schedule. And this is from the 2002 Fleer Greats. This is the dueling duos with him and George Brett, with the Boggs relic, bat relic on the top. Not serial numbered. Did not have any Boggs cards of this particular set. I have Jim Rice, and I think I have a Carlton Fisk as well. I did not have any Boggs cards from this set. This one was a free shipping. It was very, very inexpensive, and I think I was one of maybe two bidders on it. So hopefully, John, you have this one. Next one, this one took a long time to get here too, and the seller really didn't give me much good information. This is from 2000, it says 2001, but I know it's not 2001. It looks like it's 2000, oh, maybe it is. It says 2001 Leaf certified. That doesn't sound right to me. It's Fabric of the Game jersey card of Boggs. I know there's different variations to this card. This one is numbered 64 of 116, a very odd serial number. Indeed, but very cool card. This one was very cheap. This one came, I think, from Canada. So that's part of the reason it took so long to get here, but the seller didn't put any tracking on it, so it was kind of frustrating that I couldn't track the progress of it. Been buying a lot of cards from overseas lately. I say a lot. I've bought 3 or 4, and they do take a while to get here, but they're nice when they do. And here's another Boggs card that I've been wanting to get for a long time, and Is been outbid so many times on this card. And it just seems to get a lot of activity whenever they come up. It's the 1992, is it 91 or 92? I want to get this right. It says 91 Donruss Elite Series Wade Boggs card. These are numbered to 10,000. This is number 3873. They're not rare, 10,000. This is probably the equivalent, because of the mass amount of cards that Donruss probably made in 1991. This is probably like the equivalent of a card today that's serial numbered to like 150 or 250, because they made so many more cards back then. So it's as hard to pull as any of those cards, if not harder than any of those cards in today's modern card market, because it's definitely a cool card. I mean, I bought a lot of 91 Donruss cards, and I never pulled any of the cards from this set. So this is a nice example of the card. Love the shine on this. So this is definitely a cool card. So that's a little tribute to you, John. You're one of my biggest supporters. You're always commenting on my videos. I know you watch. So a little shout out to John, Wade Boggs fan, with those 4 Wade Boggs cards. 3 cards, rather, in a schedule. So that brings me to my final 2 items in this video, and I'm sorry, I know I'm pushing 20 minutes here, but it's been a busy couple days. First card I'm going to show is a card I never thought I would own. I don't know that I had ever seen one before. I picked up a card of this same player from this same type of set of different year about a month and a half ago. Actually, it's probably been longer than that. It's probably been 3 or 4 months. But this one came up, and it's the rookie card of this player, and a guy who unfortunately never got to fulfill his full potential. And the guy I'm talking about, if you're looking over my left shoulder here on the video screen, you probably can't tell who it is, but that photo right there in the upper left corner is a Tony Canigliaro. It's a cut signature of him. I picked that up at the Greater Boston show a couple of years ago, really cheap. Seller had it laid out on a table with a bunch of other framed photos, and it was covered in dust, and he had a really cheap price on it, and I talked him down even more. And I love that item. It's the only Tony C signature I have. And now I have the 1964 Topps Venezuelan version of the Tony C rookie. These cards, for whatever reason, I don't know if people in Venezuela or wherever these were issued just beat the crap out of their stuff, but these cards are always in really horrible condition for some reason. Now, the 67 I have isn't too bad. And I think this one's pretty decent for a 64. Usually these are so beat up, and I just don't understand why. Maybe they just didn't have the ability to take care of things better. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but it's the difference. Obviously, in the card is the black um, framing on the back of the card. But I love it. It's a beautiful card. Um, it's not a card I ever thought I would own. I love these Venezuelan cards. This is only my second. They're both Tony C's. Try to pick them up when I can see them. Even common cards go for good money, and even in beat up condition, there's always a demand. There weren't a ton of bids on this. I was surprised, and I was surprised that I was able to hold the win on this because I bid before I went to bed one night, and it was still had 2 or 3 hours left on it, and I still ended up winning it. So I fully expect not winning it when I went to bed, but I pulled it off. So a great, great vintage card. And now for the final one, and I kind of gave a little insight to this in a couple videos ago. I made a top 10 list of cards that I would love to obtain. Probably about 5 or 6 months ago, I made that video. It was probably done in the summer last year. And this was one of the top cards on my list. And I always said if I can find the card in good condition, or in any condition, I'm going to buy it because higher grade cards, mid to higher grade cards of this card go for stupid money for a guy whose cards are overall relatively inexpensive. And this is just one of the coolest cards I've ever seen from one of the coolest sets I've ever seen. It is the 1938 Gaudi Bobby Dorr, and it is graded a 1. Poor condition, but I don't care. It's such a beautiful card. It's on my bucket list, if you will, of cards. Um, I love this card. Oh my god, I can't stop talking about it. I picked up the Jimmy Fox not too long ago, and now I have the Bobby Dorr. So I probably will try to find some of the commons from the set now, and maybe try to get the team set now that I have the two big ones. But was a top tenner, probably a top 3, and a super cool card. And I know it's the first card from that list that I've been able to obtain. I've been aggressive lately with vintage stuff. Definitely trying to pick up when I can, and I put a ceiling on this, but I also said I'm going to be aggressive. I really want this, especially graded, because now I know for sure it's genuine, it's real. And oh my, I just love this card. I don't know what it is. It's so kind of cheesy looking when you see the picture head with a cartoon body, but I just love this set, and I'm super excited to get it. The back of the card, you can kind of see typical Gaudi looking card. The corners are rounded on it. Again, it's a 1. There's no denying that the card is in not great condition, but I don't even care. In this case, it was by the card, not the grade. And I got it, and I'm so psyched. So that's how I wanted to end this video. So super excited for this card, as you can tell. So as you can see, another very eclectic mail day of Red Sox cards and memorabilia. I thank you all for watching and your support, and I am going to end this video the same way I end every other video, wishing everybody well, and for everybody to take care. And thanks for watching, and we will see you again probably over the weekend with some more mail, because I'm sure I got more stuff coming in. Thanks everybody for watching, and take care.